Well, Governor Sebelius is set to tour that storm damage in Greensburg this afternoon. She's supposed to get to Pratt about 1 o'clock, then tour shelters in Haviland. After that, she's going to Greensburg, where she'll meet with city officials and tour the damage there, as well as visit the Emergency Operations Center. Well, FEMA is already sending help to the victims of the tornadoes. That includes 3 trailers full of water, enough for 5,000 people. 3 trailers of ready-to-eat meals, enough to feed 1,500 people, 3 meals a day for 5 days, and 2,500 tarps. FEMA has also sent a mobile emergency operations vehicle, which is now up and running in Greensburg. Soldiers and airmen from the Kansas National Guard are helping with security, communications, and shelter missions. The 134th Air Control Squadron is supplying 2 generators to help in search and rescue operations and 1,500 gallons of water. 18 light sets from the 184th Air Refueling Wing have also been sent to Greensburg to give light for emergency response and recovery activations. And the Pratt, Kansas National Guard Armory has been opened as a staging area for logistics support. Well, about 1,500 people live in the town of Greensburg, and there were not enough emergency workers to respond to all the victims from the storm, so some everyday people jumped in to help their neighbors. Storm Team 12 reporter Kim Hines has one of their stories.
After the tornado tore through Greensburg, Jason West heard calls for help. They were his neighbors.
One of my neighbors was laying down on the floor of their house. The other one was buried in rubble.
So West started digging.
Seen his head, and then we seen his back, and I touched him to see that was him.
It was, but West couldn't easily pull him out because something was caught on his neighbor's neck.
2 before he had electric cord wrapped around his neck.
Eventually, West got the cord free, saving his neighbor's life.
Put him on my shoulder and walked out of the rumble and took him to the driveway.
He went to the hospital, and West now waits in a shelter. In Haviland, Kim Hines, KWCH-12 Eyewitness News.
And many of you helped us track the tornadoes and their damage as they move through Kansas. Here's a look around the state through your pictures. This is a tornado responsible for all the destruction. About 9:45 Friday night, what meteorologists call a wedge tornado touched down in Kiowa County. By the time it ran its course, thousands of lives would be changed forever. A few hours later, your storm shots started flooding our inbox. Semis and power lines blown down, silos crushed like aluminum cans. People left homeless, hurt, walking the streets looking for neighbors, pets, or just help. Come daylight, we had several shots of St. Peter and Paul's Church just north of Ellenwood. This historic church's steeple, gone. Part of its roof blown off. 130 years of history virtually erased. To the southeast in Maxville, we got photos of trees shredded by wind and cars tossed into fields. But it was the town of Greensburg hardest hit by Friday's tornadoes. 95% of the town reduced to piles of wood, metal, and bricks. Rescue workers spent the day digging people out of rubble and evacuating the acres of destruction that 1,500 people had called home just the day before. Come 5 p.m., though, just as it seemed the initial shock was starting to wear off, more tornadoes started dropping out of the Kansas sky. Remember, if you have a weather picture, please send it to us at stormshots@kwch.com. And it did not take long for our viewers to help tornado victims in their time of need. KWCH-12 teamed up with KFDI to help the victims of the Greensburg area tornado. A relief drive is being held at 2 Chili's restaurants in Wichita. People are dropping off water, Gatorade, and non-perishable food to help out the victims. The bins will stay outside of the Chili's until Monday. You can drop off the items while Chili's is open at the east side location here at K96 in Greenwich, or on the west side at Central and Mays. It's amazing. Every time there's a disaster, Lindsay, people here are just so eager to help out, and they'll do so much.
It just goes to tell you what type of people Kansans are. I was on my way home to here yesterday morning, like at 3 in the morning, and I saw an emergency management pickup truck from Miami County. Miami County is on the far east side of the state, 277 miles from Greensburg, and there he was, just trucking down the road, heading to Greensburg to help. And I mean, it's such a sad situation, but when people really pull together, it's really heartwarming as well.
Absolutely. All right, we'll get another check with you of the weather coming up in just a little bit. Just real quick, that update, the tornado warning now not there in Woods County,
There's no tornado
Oklahoma.
warning. There's a severe thunderstorm warning, and that's until 10 o'clock this morning.
Okay, we'll see you in a bit.
Okay.
Still to come here this morning, we continue our complete coverage of the tornado destruction in Kansas. It is now 9:29. You're watching an Eyewitness News special report.